Okay, so we're going to begin by reviewing our test, which we did on Friday. And I was very happy to see that majority of people found the test okay-ish and studied also. Okay-ish is good news compared to hard, difficult, hardest thing I've done in my life. So I was happy to see that. And maybe, who knows, after you see the results that you got, you might change it to easy or you might change it to hard. I don't know. But for now, happy with the okay-ish. All right, let's see. First question was a true or false. So you didn't need to write anything. You just needed to write T or F. Dhana in third plural neuter is dhanehi. Well, that is true. Sharira, fifth plural neuter is sharirabhyam. That's true? That's not true. It's actually dual, isn't it? Means sharirabhyam should be dual. So this is false. Then kula, sixth dual neuter. Kulasya, again false. Kulasya is singular and dual will be kulayoho. Okay. Prana, second plural masculine. Pranana, false. It is missing the halant. If you wrote true, I got you. Halant was missing. Okay. Adhyaya, seventh plural masculine. Adhyayoho, false. Actually, there's not only is this false because it is not plural, but even if it was dual, it would be false. It's missing a y in between there. Adhyayoho. I don't know if anybody caught that. Right? You have to read each letter properly. Okay. Lobhat, fifth singular masculine. That is correct, isn't it? Lobhat is sixth singular masculine. Govindepyah, third plural masculine. That is false. It's supposed to be Govindehi, Ramehi. Bhoga, first singular masculine. False. Why? Because it is missing visarga. It should be bhogaha. Sukhani, second plural neuter. That is true. It could also be first plural neuter, but second is also true. Pape, seventh singular neuter, also true. So now everybody take your books, and for every correct answer that you got, give yourself 1 point and see how much you got out of 10 on this question. I see big smiles. That either means, oh my God, or, oh yeah. Okay, what did you get out of 10? Wow, amazing. Okay, cool. I see some 10s. I see some zeros. What happened there? All right, let's continue. Everyone good to continue? Okay. Which is correct? Ravarnena or Ravarnena? Well, because there's a R here and there's no blocking letter, the N should change. But this N already changed. Therefore, this one is correct. Remember, the change happens only once. So Ravarnena. Then Hridayanam or Hridayanam. There's a R. If someone was thinking, what is there? The R is there. But there is also a blocking letter, the. So this stays as Hridaya Nam. It doesn't change to Ram. Okay. Mukhani. Well, this was a trick one because there was no R, 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 or Sh So there would have been nothing to change. So this just stayed as mukhani. No change. Krishnena or Krishnena. Well, there's a R and there's a sh. So let's take the sh because that's the last one. The sh changed the ra within Krishna itself. So the na remained the same. So A would be correct again over here. Shuranam or Shurarnam. There is a ra, and after ra, there is no blocking letter. So that would be Shurarnam. Then Putrena or Putrerna. There's a ra in here with the tra. That means it will be this one. Some people, if you only wrote one A and one B for the whole thing instead of 6 A and B, means you only answered 2. What happened? Okay, so this will be half point for each correct answer out of 3. If you got it right, you get half a mark each. I hope you all know how to add halves. I'm not talking to the adults, I'm talking to the kids. Maybe I should be talking to the adults. Half point for each word. Okay, good to go? Added your points? Okay, what did everybody get? Okay, some 1.5, some 3. I hope nobody got 5 because it's out of 3. Okay, cool. Next. Write the substantive and then the case, number, gender. So example was yudhaya. The substantive is yudha and the case, number, gender is 4 singular neuter. So dharmarnam is dharma in 6 plural masculine. Now if you wrote dharma as the substantive, that is wrong. If you forgot to put the ra, that is also wrong. So dharma, this whole arnam is part of the addition, and the original word is dharma. Okay, so watch out and make sure that it was spelled exactly correctly in the substantive. Okay, manushyena. The substantive is manushya in 3rd singular masculine. Again, make sure you spelled it perfectly. No silly mistakes, hopefully, like me. Okay, then narakat. Well, the substantive will be naraka, and that is 5th singular masculine. Mukhani. Mukha and 1st or 2nd plural neuter. Whichever one you put was fine. You didn't have to write both. You could have written either and it would have been correct. Okay, so now you're going to give yourself 1 point for each correct substantive word and half for each case that is correct and half for each number that is correct. So if you wrote, for example, if you wrote 1st singular neuter over here, you would get half for 1st and you wouldn't get any points for singular. You understand? So half point for each correct part. You don't get any points for masculine or neuter. That is right there. You don't bonus point yourself over there. It's 1 per answer, half for each element. Okay, so you calculate and that will be out of 8. Show me what you got. Okay. So either people got it or didn't get it. All right, we move on. So far, so good? So that's it. Okay, let's go. Sentences. Parthaya Narayanena Shastram was given. This is actually from Gita Dhyana. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam. Parthaya Narayanena. From verse 1 of Gita Dhyana. Okay. Parthaya is fourth case singular masculine. Narayanena is third case singular masculine. And Shastram, because, well, sorry, let me recap. Our verb is was given. What was given? Shastram was given. And then you fill out everything else. Shastram is first singular neuter. So the translation will be, the scripture was given by Narayana to Partha. If you said for Partha, if you put it first, if you said with Narayana, if you put it first, it doesn't matter. If some of these words were a little different, and if the order that was written is a little different, as long as the sentence means the same thing. Okay, so you can't say for Narayana and say, oh yeah, it's almost same. It has to match the word that was allowed, right? So I hope everyone caught the meaning also of that. All right. Vyasa's Mahabharata was scribed by Ganesha. So what was the verb? Was scribed. What was scribed? Mahabharata. If you wrote Ganesha is the subject, well, that is a problem, because the subject of was scribed is Mahabharata. What was scribed? Mahabharata. First case singular masculine. Then you see the other words. Vyasa's, sixth case singular, and Ganesha, by Ganesha, third case singular. So in Sanskrit, that is Vyasasya Mahabharataha Ganeshena was scribed. So marks now. For each correct case and number, you get 1 point. Here, fourth singular, that is 1 point. Then, for each correct translation, that is 1 point. Meaning, the exact Parthaya became 2 Partha or 4 Partha. If you got that, that is correct. So 1 point for each correct translation also. And vice versa. Vyasas will become Vyasasya, correct? And again, it doesn't matter which order you wrote the sentences in English to Sanskrit also. Okay, how did everybody do out of 12? Oh, because you don't have 12 fingers, you're giving me thumbs ups. That is creative. Okay, we move on. Fill in all the blanks. So the example was kshetra. You did not need to write this out in your book, by the way. In exam time, when you have limited time, you write what you're supposed to write and you move on. Okay? The word was putrana. And I had to figure out what is putranam. Putranam is sixth case plural. So sixth case plural neuter. And if the substantive is putra. Putra means son. So putranam will be of the sons. If you wrote of all sons, of many sons, it doesn't matter. As long as some version of plural is communicated with the of. Okay. Gatra means limb. And the word you had was limbs object. Object is second plural. If you wrote first plural, that is wrong. Even though it looks the same in Sanskrit, the answer for case was second plural. And in Sanskrit, it is gatrani. Please see the na versus the ra. Gatrani. If you wrote the other na, This is one place where you're allowed to change your answer. Means you're allowed to just scratch, not change it, just give it a cancel and write the correct na. And you're not going to lose any points for writing the wrong na over here. If you wrote the other na, it's okay. This is a grace mark. Whichever na you wrote, no problem. Okay, even in the sentences, actually. If you wrote the wrong na, was there any wrong na to write? Like if you wrote the wrong na over here, or only there. That's fine. You don't need to mark yourself wrong. Okay. Okay, where were we? Gathra. Then the next one was disciple. Shishishu. Shishishu is seventh case plural. And it means in the disciples, or on the disciples, or at the disciples, whatever. However you made it make sense in your mind. It doesn't matter which one. In, on, at. Okay. And the substantive is shishya. So you calculate your points. 1 for each correct answer. If you wrote like one piece of this 6p wrong, well, the whole thing is wrong. No half points over here. Okay. So calculate and tell me your marks. Okay. We continue. Oh, reached the end of the test. So now calculate your marks. That will be out of 8 and 12 is 20, plus 8, 28, plus 3, 29, 30, 31, plus 10, 41, out of 41, I think, right? 10 and 3, 13, and 8, 21, 33. Yes, out of
Didn't
41.
we go over part A and part B?
Part A. No, you came late?
Yeah, Genie J came 5 past when we were at part B.
We'll see that later, right? And I have to move forward in class, so I'll show that at the end.
Gina ji, just one question. The Dharma
Ah,
Manushya Naraka part, it should be out of 6 because you said 1 for the whole answer and then half for the half. So 4 plus 2 should be 6.
here?
Yeah, you said 1 for the whole answer and the cases will be half. So it should be 4 plus 2,
No,
right?
this is
Ah.
half each part of the, like, see, if I wrote 6
Yeah.
plural masculine, and it's
Oh, okay, okay. Oh,
not
okay. Got you, got you.
6
Yeah, yeah,
half
yeah.
plural.
Oh,
Okay?
okay, okay. Got you. Thank you, thank you.
So everybody calculate your marks. I'll send a poll in the chat and then you can tell me what marks you got. Is everyone, okay, by show of hands, how many people did better than they thought? Give me a thumbs up if you did better than you thought. How many people did exactly like they thought? How many people did worse than they thought? Yeah, okay, cool. All right, today we are going to start a new topic, briefly going to start a new topic, and we're just going to do a little bit of English today. So everybody knows what a verb is, I hope. What is a verb? A verb is a doing word. I think that is the definition everyone in life would have heard. A verb is a doing word. Anytime something is being done, it is a verb. Eating, sleeping, thinking, walking, being, becoming, any ing or anything that can become an ing is a verb. So I hope everybody knows what a verb is very, very, very clearly. Verbs have tenses, right? Verbs have tenses like I eat. That is present. I am eating. That is actually a participle, present participle. Don't worry about that. I ate. That is past tense. I will eat. That is future tense. I am going downstairs to eat. To eat. That is the infinitive form. Like that, there'll be different forms of verbs. And I bet nobody remembers, barely anybody remembers all the technical definitions for which verb is what. It doesn't matter. As we go through them, we will review them. But before that, let us review the vocabulary for verbs. So when we do nouns, nouns have cases, like first case, second case, third case. What do verbs have? Verbs have people, not people, person. Verbs have person. So let me write this out in English. I think this will ring a bell. Today we're only doing English, okay? So let us take the verb to eat. Whoop. Okay, no, to study. Let us take to study. If we do to eat, you'll only be thinking about food. We will only be thinking about food. Let us do to study, okay? This to study is called the infinitive. Correct? The what is it? Um, unconjugated form of the verb. Right? The unconjugated form of the verb. Okay. To study. Now, when they're teaching us in English, they will say, I study, you study, he, she, it studies. Then we study, you all study, and they study. Does this ring a bell? Does this conjugation ring a bell? This is exactly how I learned it in English and in French. I don't know if everybody had the same experience. I'm seeing nodding heads. Everyone all over the world studied English in the exact same way. Cool, perfect. Now, what is the grammatical term for I? Okay, first of all, you can see when we write it like this, there is this whole line is singular. One I, one you, one he, she, it. And this whole line is plural. Everybody see that? We plural, they plural, you all plural. So there's singular and there's plural. Then what else is there? The technical word in English for I in verbs will be first person. You see a little P around the one? First person. You is, oops, second person. And he, she, it is third person. Everyone studied this in English, right? First person, second person, third person. I mean, you have to say yes because you must have studied it at some point in time. But we may not remember, but this is how we were taught English. First person, second person, third person, singular, plural. Okay, now, when we come to Sanskrit, just like we have not just singular and plural nouns, we also have something called dual. So verbs will be singular, dual, and plural. Dual will be we, two, you, two, and the two. In Sanskrit, we also have a dual form of the verb that is different between English and Sanskrit. Now, fun fact, you don't need to write, you just need to listen. In English and in French, which I did for a little while, so I can speak for French, when we do this conjugation table, we say it like this: first person, second person, third person. We say I, you, he, she, it, right? In Sanskrit, when we study conjugation tables, the traditional presentation is he, she, it, then you, then I. The table is flipped in Sanskrit. It starts with he, she, it, then it goes to you, then it goes to I. And the reason, there is a really nice philosophical principle built into that. In Bharatiya culture, the other person comes first and I come last. It's supposed to be a selfless culture. It means selflessness is taught in the language itself. What we call first person in English actually comes last in Sanskrit language because priority is given to the other person, not to me. Very interesting, isn't it? Now, you have studied English and conjugation tables like this your whole life, first, second, third. If we flip it on you, well, you're going to get confused. So in this class, because everybody's primary language is English and we have all studied first, second, third like that, we're going to study the table also in Sanskrit in this flipped way. We're going to do first, second, third. Okay, so we're going to try and match as closely as possible our understanding of the language that we already have. But you should know that the original way in which it is taught and presented is he, she, it first, then you, then I. Okay, I just want to tell you all one more thing and then I will close. So, when we're doing verbs, the way to write what a verb is let's take an example from our test. Was given, here, this was given is here, right? What was given? Shastra was given. So Shastra will be first, second, or third person. Is Shastra an I, a you, or a he, she, it? It's a he, she, it. So Shastra will be third person. And is it singular, dual, or plural? Well, one Shastra was given, right? Singular. So that is the denotation for verbs. Let's try one more. Was scribed. What was scribed? You have to know what the noun, the subject is to figure out the correct denotation, right? What was scribed? Mahabharata. Is Mahabharata first, second, or third? Is it an I or a you or a he, she, it? It's a he, she, it. So it's going to be third person. And is Mahabharata singular, dual, or plural? Singular. Okay, so that's what we do when we write verbs. So we'll take this up tomorrow. We'll understand now how verbs work in Sanskrit. But this is the English revision for what is a verb and how is it conjugated, and the theoretical difference between English and Sanskrit verbs. So now homework. Homework is a little bit more of sentences. So you're going to write the case and number for all the nouns. And you're also going to write the verbs. Means the first person, second person, third person, singular, dual, plural for verbs. No translation. Okay, just that. Now, if you finish that homework, and if you're in the mood for some extra Sanskrit fun, all the highlighted words, you can try to translate them for yourself. So I'll write down the Sanskrit substantive with the gender, and then you can try to translate it if you want. But the homework, the minimum homework, is case, gender, number, case and number for each noun, and then the correct verb denotation, conjugation. Okay. I'll do my closing prayer and then I will take questions. Sorry, I went a couple minutes over, but I wanted to finish the verbs. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om Shri Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai.